Check it, check. Check it, check. Check it, check. I gotta check it. Check it, check. Let me read. Let me read. Zing zong z. Let me. Wait. Full screen. I want live everything. Where's my thing? Where's my little thing? Doesn't seem to be operating functionally. So I will try it over here. I know this is working. At least it's supposed to be working. La 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 la. Whoops. Hello. I think. Oh, there I go. So dumb. But wait. I don't. Oh, I can't hear. I have an issue because I changed stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I am dumb. Sorry. I am dumb. I admit it. I am dumb. I admit it. I am dumb. I admit it. I am dumb and I admit it. How come that's not working? How come that's not working? Alright, let me try something here. Boom 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 boom. Here we go. That's better. There I go. There I am. Hi. There I am. Well, that's loud. Okay, it's loud. It's still loud. Hold up. Let me see if I can. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll leave it there. So I don't blast my ears. And you could, I guess, turn me down on whatever. But here's the thing. If I can't, can I? Let me see. Okay, so I'm getting all of these in order here, which is cool. I have 3 screens now. So happy I have 3 screens. I'm so happy I have 3 now. I'm so happy. Sorry, I get a little sidetracked, if you will. It's a little issue that I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself while because I don't have the right output. So what is the right output? Is it control room? The phone should be it. But phone's the control room, so I should hear myself here, which I don't because because of whatever. Oh well, that's fine. Let me see if sorry, excuse me. Let me see if this works. Did I just hold on? Let me see something here. Making sure it's all good in the hood. In the Let me see. Is there a? There we go. Nice non thing. I don't care what you say anymore. It's just my life. Okay, so that's okay. I have to. Oh, it works. Yo, it's not loud though. Is it loud? Oh, but it's not coming through. I like that. Yeah, I'm not getting it. It should be playing through. I mean, I can see it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Should be a way for me to do this. So no Skype today. Oh, I like that track. Nice. That's something. That's something I would do. That type of track. But y'all can't hear it. I like that. I'll watch that later. Or favorites. Put it on favorites. Yeah. Good. Nice. Okay. Shut it up. Oh, but I gotta butt it up. Butt it up, baby. Alright, and also I need to capture this other screen. I have the wrong screen captured here. So let's see. Display capture. Since I have an extra screen, this one here is the one. Boom! There you go. I did it. See? Wait, is it? Or is it? Can you see my? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. Butt's in the house. Butt is in the house. I like butt. Butt likes me. Butt's in the house. I don't even know why I have to. Hold on. Let me make sure this is working. Check, baby, check. Oh, I forgot. I'm such an idiot. Try this again. Where my favorites at? I want to go right back to that same thing I just had. I think that's my first favorite. I didn't think I ever. Yeah, I got other favorites. Stupid ads. Yeah, it's not working. And it didn't start over. You better start at the beginning, baby. It's fall. It's a fall track thing, but that's fine. Alright, so yeah, I gotta figure that out. Check. So it's something with this mixer. So if I do, yeah, Right, these guys aren't even on anything. Here, turn those down. Check. Okay. All right. So the main mix. Check. Yeah. How you feel, how you fold, how you meal, how you mow. I just want to give you a bit of show. I wish you could hear the beat is so slow, smooth, nice. Boom. If I do... Yeah, I don't get it. Because if it's going to the main mix, it should be pumping out... It should be coming out of the whatchamacallit. Well, I'm not gonna mess with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, I need to open up allgames.com just to make sure that I'm streaming. Just to make sure that I'm streaming. Hubris. Yeah. That's a great beat. That's a great beat. And the credit goes to Byrocratic. Yeah, Belly Breathing. It's the name of the track. It's good. That's a good track. That's like a nice yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just go live real quick. So we can see if your boy's working. Not yet. Bling ding bling ding ding ding. So that first track is dope. I like that. Alright, we can put your ass here. Alright, put your ass there. Oh, the first one was better. Oh, that's not bad. I like these tracks, son. I gotta start doing some more. Nice. Alright, let's see. Yep. Yep. I don't hear me. Okay, I gotta stop. That's good. Man, that's good. Oh, it's real low, though. I gotta turn me up. Why is it so low? Yeesh. Where am I at here? I'm at 100. Check it out. No, not that. Check it out. Make sure I get all you guys with the loudness. Not too loud, but loud enough. Let's see if it'll catch up. It's taking a while. I got 1 minute. It's the pre-show. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come? I swing like a butterfly and float like a bee. Now, I swing like a swinger. I don't know. What is it? Still not loud. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. I mean, that's about all I could do. What else can I do? I don't know. I changed everything and now it's broken, but it's not broken because if I go over here, what do I sound like? That sounds all right. I had to check the settings on. Oh no, but I'm looking at oh, that's why. Oh wait. Let me just turn it up on butt. Turn it up. Oh, too loud. Turn it up on butt. Turn up on butt. Turn up on butt. That should do it, right? I think that's it. I think I did it. I think I'm so smart. I'm not smart. Well, everything was sounding cool last week, and then I switched stuff up. I switched out monitors. And now everything's broken. Wait, did it fix it? All Games is way behind, too. Turn up on. No. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm done. Done trying to figure it out. What up, y'all? It's the R9cast, the Fisher Blind Show, Kung Chris Show, Super Dope Show for Reservoir9.com, representing allgames.com. I'm Stephen D. Gibson, aka Esgee, aka Electron Bandit, Why am I out of breath? AKA music and sound guy for the indie game that should be coming out next year called Grashers. Grashers. Okay, that's too loud. Hold up. Let me go over here. Grashers. Whoa. Grashers. Grashers. It's called Grashers. Is this backwards? Grashers. 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 No, it was right. Okay. Just making sure. I can never tell because I took it apart and I put it back together wrong. That's why. Anyway, so the Game Awards happened. Is that something that's worthy of talking about? Yes, it is. Of course it is. I'm not going to be like that. Okay, wait. There we go. It's like, where's oh, you know what? Where is my peoples? No, it's not. There it is. I know I was missing a chat room. There it is. My chat room is back. My chat is nice and fat. Ooh, $69. Where is that? Oh, it's the bookcase Billy. $69. Is that at IKEA? I might have to cop me some of them. In The Force Awakens, Rey's X-Wing pilot helmet is... The Game Awards did happen, and earlier today was the Gamer's Choice Awards. CBS attempt at a video game which doesn't quite get it right. Yeah, I didn't watch CBS's whatever it was because they aren't good. They're kind of not good at stuff. Now that Les Moonves is out. Yeah, it's IKEA, I guess. See, you know what? These Billy bookcases are kind of cheap. I like the thick sides, man. I like them thick sides. Just saying. Thick sides are better than them thin, little flimsy thin sides. Look like you spill a glass of water on it and then splash and then it crack up and crumple down like it's like oatmeal or something. It's like oatmeal wrapped in duct tape. That's what the Billy bookcase is, oatmeal wrapped in duct tape. So I'm just saying, it seems that it's not good enough. And I don't need to use these headphones because it's not working. Can't hear anything anyway, so I just got to keep an eye on the levels, I guess. Yeah, the levels. The IKEA line is ridiculous. Yes, Paste. Never go to IKEA on the weekends, and you have to go like during the week in the middle of the day or early in the morning, because IKEA is ridiculous. IKEA is a labyrinthine maze. That's the same thing. It's a labyrinthine. Is it a teen or labyrinthine? Don't know. But it's not it's fun if you're up to it. It's like, yeah, let's go explore the IKEA maze of wonders. But nah. Because like you'd be like, we need shelves, right? So you got to go through the bed and then the chairs and then the desks and then the kitchen and half an hour later you're at the shelves that you want to be. And actually that's not true. They're kind of close to the beginning. And then you're like, I'm tired. Then you gotta stand there for 20 minutes and decide what you want. And then you're like, okay, let me write the number down. I gotta get it. And then you gotta go and you gotta, yeah. It's not fun. It's fun because of the possibilities of improving your living situations, the feel of your environment when you have all your stuff organized on this cheap ass Scandinavian furniture. But you gotta put it together, which is like me and Bridget. Bridget and I, we have to get an IKEA thing. We saw a bookshelf that someone was getting rid of at like a Restore, and I was like, yo, that's exactly what we need, except in white. If we could, I would buy that one and then paint it white, and then we'd be good, and it'd probably be cheaper than whatever $300 or whatever it costs at IKEA. So I'm gonna actually go back to that restore and see if it's still there. I mean, it was sold, but it was just sitting there. So I was like, if it's still there, how am I gonna get this home? Because it's too big to fit. Obviously, it's like a 5x5. So I'm like, how's it gonna fit in my? I can't put it on the top. I can't. Maybe if I put some, build a little hand truck and just roll it home. It's about, what is that, 3 miles from my house probably. Yeah, it's probably. I'm not pushing it. I'm not pushing IKEA shelves 3 miles just to save a couple bucks. That's not gonna happen. So, Tyclaw says, I'm sure she was fuming over the fact God of War 1 game of the year. A PS4 game. No, God of War. Here's the thing, Tyclaw. God of War is God of War is the best game Sony has ever produced. Ever. Look at the entirety of the Sony catalog. God of War is it. Right? Right? Now you look at what type of game it is. It's a single player, narrative, third person game. That's what they do. That's their forte, right? Okay, that's fine. And it's part of a franchise, which helped it, sure. And I said this before. I said when God of War came out and it got blah, 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 I said, you know what Sony just did? Sony just killed all hope for all the other games. Because no other game is going to be as as revered, as looked upon as God of War. God of War took what God of War was, and which was outdated for the time, and it reframed it into something that's relevant and cool and dope. And even what is his name? Christopher Judge, that's his name, right? The new Chris and the kid, they were they were there. And he said, "Open it, boy." I was like, okay, you know what? That was good. That was good right there. That was good. I was kind of like, what are they doing? Why is it like they're not doing? So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. So after God of War, think about what is Death Stranding going to be a God of War? I don't think so. I mean, Kojima makes his games and stuff, right? And certain people, I don't like the Metal Gear games. I don't like them. They're like, okay, whatever. I get and I appreciate the quirkiness of the Japanese culture and the creators that kind of implement it into the games. But I stopped at Shenmue. And that's a far, Shenmue isn't really super quirky. It is quirky and crazy and kind of weird. But, Metal Gear is a whole nother level. And it's good. I'm not saying it's not good, but there hasn't been a Metal Gear that is as good as God of War 2018. 2018 came out yesterday, right? Yeah. And proof is Spider-Man didn't. I'm not Tyclaw. You're not listening to the words that I'm saying. I'm saying God of War is the best game Sony has ever made. It is Game of the Year. It deserves it 100,000%. Sony will not make another the next game that's gonna beat God of War. I would say presumably is God of War 2. I don't think The Last of Us is gonna do it. I don't think Death Stranding is not gonna do it. It's too weird. What Days Gone? Not even close. Days Gone is like Days Gone is a wannabe Last of Us. I mean, Last of Us can get close. The Last of Us is gonna be like Spider-Man, but it might not sell as many as Spider-Man because Spider-Man was teen. And The Last of Us is gonna be mature. Now, I'm not saying mature games don't sell or sell as much, but what I'm saying is that more people will play Spider-Man because it is not mature, and little itty bitty kids can play it. So parents, even though the parents will probably be playing these games as well, more people will play a teen game that is as popular as a Spider-Man than The Last of Us. Last of Us 2. Days Gone, same thing. So I'm saying, like, where is the next game to topple the God of War? I don't see it. I don't see it in any of the games that they have announced. They don't even they're not talking to me about Ghost of Tsushima. That's not even, y'all are like, oh, it's so great. I'm like, y'all are tripping, because that's not gonna be the Ghost of Tsushima is not gonna be a super dope game, because the super dope game already won Game of the Year for 2018, God of War. God of War is the game of the generation. Unfortunately for Sony, they have 4 more games coming out. So, supposedly, I doubt that now. But if they do, none of those games are going to surpass the accolades of God of War. And that is because what God of War was, just like a way pushed out third person kind of a mindless hack and slash, right? And all they did was change the camera angle, make the graphics better, of course. Change the camera angle, add that deep story, deeper than it was before. Add the relationships. They did a good job. The whole gimmick with the one camera, one shot thing, you can take it or leave it. It's not necessary, but sure. I mean, it made it difficult for them, but it also added a stylistic element to it. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. It wasn't a selling point. It was something, it was a talking point, but it wasn't the selling point of the game. You know what other game did that? Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, did the same thing. The one camera, but you don't hear too many people saying, talking about that. They're just like, oh, it's about the mental health and it's crazy, right? It's different. That's the same thing with God of War. God of War's selling point wasn't the one camera thing. That's a stylistic choice of how to make the game, how to make the game feel more cinematic. That's what that is. So yeah, you can take it or leave it. You can still do the same thing that God of War accomplished without that gimmick. I'll call it a gimmick, not in a negative sense, just gimmick in that, it was a talking point. But Last of Us doesn't do that, and it does effective storytelling. So it's not necessary. So actually, I hope that they don't stick to that as stringently or strictly to that. If it's not necessary, like if there's something that they need to do camera wise, that would be better if they do a cut. Then I would prefer they do that, because it will make their job easier. They made a whole game. It took them 5 years, but I know the next game isn't going to take 5 years. I'd say next game might take 3 years. So I'll knock off a couple years, because they already have the game written pretty much, and I guess they just need to voice it and animate it and code it and make the whole game. But anyway, God of War deserves it. Sony ain't got nothing else in the tank. Why do you think they're not in E3? They canceled PSX. What else they gonna cancel? And then you see little things. Oh, Sony's here's a picture of the PS4. Let me try to find that. Let me try to find that real quick. Move this over here. I guess I'll do it here. I can just do PS5, right? PS. Oh, where'd it go? PS5 pics. Pika. Pika. Let me see if I can find the one that I saw today. I saw one today, and I forgot to turn off my computer. That's okay. I saw one today. I was like, oh, snap, there it is. Hold up. Let me see. Here it is. Ding, 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 ding. I've been waiting. No, that's not this. There it is. Ding, ding. And they had a new controller, and the controller looked like, there it is. That's it right there. But that's a side profile. I want the angled profile, so I can see. You can see the rivets. A lot of this is just artist rendering crap. It's kind of a hybrid between the PS4 Pro and where was I guess I gotta put leaked photo. PS5 leaked photo. Let's. Somebody stacked 3 PS4s, old bricky PS4s together. Somebody taped a PS1 and a PS4 together, and that's the PS5. That makes sense if you do the math, right? One PS4 plus one PS3 equals PS5. Math. Math. Sorry. Yeah, I saw the picture and now I can't find the picture. The picture was fake, I guess. There it is. There it is. There it is. Ding, 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 ding. There's the picture. I've been waiting and debating. I've been waiting and belating. Okay, let's go to the videotape. All right, sorry. So that was the picture I saw of the PS5 from, I believe it was from Sony. Well, this is WordPress account, so this isn't the actual picture, but it was the same picture, the same kind of So wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, 5 fins equals PS5. I got it. So here's the thing. Here's why the PS5 controller still sucks. It looks closer to an Xbox controller as far as the shape. Yes. The sticks, they're still sucky because they're too close together and they're, it's symmetrical. Nobody's symmetrical. Come on, stop it. Tag class. So how about the Avengers Endgame trailer? Yep, we'll talk about that. We all saw that a mile away. Esgee, by the way, the PlayStation Classic had already been hacked. Now you can add even more PS1 games on it. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a freaking emulator. I mean, that's duh. That's like Sony's either really dumb or they don't care. I think they don't care. I think Sony doesn't care. I think Sony was like, yo, how quickly can we put this hot piece of garbage out? The cheapest, and it's $100. Oh my gosh. You know what? If Sony would have said, yo, this is a PlayStation Classic, 20 games in it, but you can put your own games in it. Peace out, homie, $100. That'd have been fine. But they were like, oh, PS1 Classic, and they try to hide. I guess they knew that the hackers would get to it. So they were like, $100 so we can get a little bit of cash. But still, some people will buy it, the hardcore. A lot of people aren't going to buy it because they're like, yeah, I'm going to just make my own, And eventually what's going to happen is someone will make a better case. Or a case as good as the Sony one. Because there's a Genesis case out there, a mini Genesis case. Oh my gosh, it looks so... And it's not the stupid USB thing. I saw that. I was like, oh, let me get that. I need a USB port thing. It was like $50. I was like, yeah, I don't need it anymore. Just stop. I just changed my mind. Don't need it. But I saw the one that I forgot who made it. But it's so nice. It's literally you put the Pi 3 or whatever in it, and you just plug it in. You just plug it in. They have the USB thing in there in the back. Plug it in. Boom, boom, boom. It's like it's just plug and play. It looks so cool. You press I forgot what button it is you press on the console and it flips up the top so you can store stuff in it, SD cards or whatever. I was like, yo, that's good right there. That's good. And that kind of poses the question in my mind about the At Games one, the latest one that they put out. Like, can you do the same thing with that, or is it just that the At Games one is just so hot garbagey that you can't even do that? Because I would be like, oh, like with the At Game, it was like $50 or $60, and if you could spruce it up, put your own emulator or whatever, and I'd make it a main box. Honestly, I'd be like, get all this hot garbage out of here and let me just do my thing, even though it's a Genesis shell. I want Sega to make a little mini arcade box, kind of like what SNK did with the Neo Geo, but just put all Yu Suzuki stuff in it, man. Come on, man. Stop playing, Sega. Stop playing. That's like my dream. It's like, yo, Afterburner, Outrun, Space Harrier, Power Drift, Galaxy Force, Super Thunderblade. You can put G-Lock on it if you want, but I don't care about that. Give me all the super scalar games. You can put Jurassic Park in there. I don't care. Put all that stuff. But the core, give me that. And if it's like a little arcade, I'll be like, And if it's arcade perfect ROMs, ooh-wee. I know Sega could do it because Sega's still making arcade games. So it's not like, I have more faith in Sega making a hardware device in 2018, 2019. I'll say 2019 from now on. Than I have in Sony making anything now, because they messed up on the PlayStation Pro. Okay, that's a hot piece of garbage that should not even be released. And they messed up on the Classic. Even though the board on the Classic is a Sony made the board. It's a custom board, right? It's like an L shape. It's like actually like a little mini PS4 board inside. It's not a mini PS4 board. It's just like the shape of it. But I believe it's an ARM, whatever, 1.6 gigahertz or something. It's it's like it's a tablet basically. And I was like, yeah, that looks like I always look at like the when they crack open these consoles and the PlayStation and Xbox and stuff. PlayStation, if you look at PlayStation boards, they look very, I don't want to say distinct, but I can like, okay, yeah, that looks like what the PS4 board looks like, because green, of course, but there's a lot of not orange, but it's kind of coppery. It's not copper. I don't think it's copper, but it's like an orange. It might be copper. Who knows? And well, I don't know. Somebody does, but yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it's like Microsoft's boards. I'm like, Microsoft boards are green, not because green, but that's how they do it. They don't put as much of the orange whatever in there. Kajudo, what's up? They canceled all that because they knew just showing trailers at E3 is whack. They know gamers are jaded and lame these days, so they are looking for new ways to flip it. Here's the thing, Kaijudo. They tried that last E3, and that shit was whack. And they showed the trailers the E3 before, and that was kind of whack too. It was better than last year's, or this year, I'm sorry, but it was still bad. And even the year before that, was that the orchestra? It was 2016 the orchestra, or 2017. I think 2016 was the orchestra. And that was good only because of the orchestra, but not because they were just showing trailers. They were just, here's the game, here's trailer. So they did that 2 years in a row, trailer. Except the second year they didn't have the orchestra, so it wasn't as good. And then this year it was stupid. Yeah, they know trailers are whack, but here's the problem with Sony. Sony should be smart enough to pace picante sauce, pace out their releases so that they know, hey, this is our this year. What they did, no, I agree with you, Kajuda. We're on the same page. But what they did, I think it was when did they do it? Not 2013. One of those years before 2016, maybe 2015, maybe 2014. I don't know. They literally announced all the games that they have that for the generation, basically, except for Ghost of Tsushima. It's the only game that was like the newest, whatchamacallit. Everything else they announced years in advance. And that was the problem, because they were like, okay, yeah, we announced it. Yeah, and then, Sony won, yeah. Then the next year, yeah, they showed us it, yeah. And then the next year, yeah, they showed it again. Then the next, yeah, they showed it again. And then you're like, oh, God. If you blow your load, I mean, these games take too long to make, especially on Sony's side. They've taken 5 years to make games. The good ones. If they take 2 years, it's going to be like, not good. Kaiju says, I don't want Sony to pay stuff out just for E3. E3 is not fun to watch anymore. It was better when it was more like a show than just trailer. Yeah. I mean, announcement trailers are cool, like new stuff, like, oh man, I can't wait for that, right? And then you're like, gameplay is one thing. It's like, oh man, gameplay, yeah. And then there's a part of showmanship and spectacle. And Sony tried to do like the experiential type of thing this year, and it doesn't work when most of people who are watching this stuff are not there. They're at home. You know, and that's the difference between back in the day, you know, where we really didn't get to see it. We just got the news from it, you know. But now we're getting streams. So it's better for you and me to just chill at home in our drawers on the couch, be like, what's up on, yo, just do it live. Be like, yo, get in front of the camera. Let me Twitch E3 real quick, you know? So, and a lot of outlets, many outlets don't go to E3, you know? They might send one or two people. They don't do what they used to do. I mean, IGN's one of the few that still do it. But like Giant Bomb, they don't go to E3. I think they go to Judges Week because, you know, they're judging stuff. But they don't go. They're just like, let's just watch it. Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast of us talking over it. That's what we do, you know. Or they'll go out there, but they watch it. They have like a off-site place, and they're chilling in an Airbnb, right? And they watch it there, and then they have people come through and say, "Yo, what's up?" Well, I think they have a hotel or something now, but you know, they don't even go to the actual show. They might walk the floor maybe if they're feeling frisky, but they, you know, and you're right, you know. It's different with all the streaming, with everybody streaming, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube. There's no need to the dynamics of E3 has changed. I mean, it changed since the first one, but it's changed because of the streaming. And it's not necessary to go to LA and be uncomfortable and miss news if you're sitting in a press conference, you know? So, I mean, it's cool if like somebody gives you, like Microsoft will give you a console, like, oh, everybody gets a console, like, oh yeah. But they don't do that anymore. I mean, Sony never gave out consoles. That'd have been nice if they trying to be like Microsoft, like last gen, like, yo, everybody here gets a console. Nah, Sony's not good. And they're like, no, we like to make the money. So here, buy this $100 piece of hot garbage thing. G4 used to do great shows from 204 to 208, 2008. Yeah, G4 was good. G4 was good when Olivia Munn was on there before she got big, before she got famous. Let's just say that, because she was actually kind of funny. And I don't know if it was true, but it seemed like, I mean, she would do ridiculous stuff on this. It was really bad. And I was like, wow, okay, she's kind of funny. I don't know. But, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I think G4 could exist now, today. But it would be more esports focused. So, I mean, they would have the shows, you know, like X-Play and all that stuff, blah, 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 Electronic Playground, possibly. I think that's still going on, but it's a Canada show. But I don't think it's on, I think it's just a web. I don't know. But anyway, but it would be more esports. And I guess they would have a couple of review shows, but once again, the internet has trumped all that stuff. You don't need to have a TV station, TV show. You just go to a web. You go to YouTube is the new TV, basically. You know, young kids now, kids in elementary school, high school, whatever. That's what they're doing. They're watching YouTube. Like, yo, you see that new video? They didn't go to MTV to see the video. They didn't go to BET. They went to YouTube. Vivo. Morgan Webb was okay. She always looked like a skeleton with skin, but that's just me. Scott and those girls. Yeah, Scott. Whatever. I'm just kidding. Adam Sessler. I liked Adam Sessler. I like Adam Sessler more after he quit, because he seemed more opinionated. I guess more of his opinions could come out because he wasn't like behind, you know, whatever. I like Kevin Pereira. I liked him a lot. He was good. That British chick. I don't remember that British chick. The comic girl. Yeah, I liked her. She was cool. Blair something. Yeah. Adam. Yes. Yeah. I know he was fired, but that was when it was all going down. But yeah, that was that just Jessica Chobot. Yeah, she was all right. And then she was on what website she was on? I can't remember, because I used to watch it, and I think they shut down too, because that was a cool little website. They had videos, so she's all right. I watched her in that Metroid live action short, and I was like, I don't like that. She was Samus. I think she was Samus. I was like, I don't know. She doesn't look right with blonde hair for some reason, because I'm used to seeing her with the dark. I got to hang out with Mr. Shirk on Xbox Live playing GTA 5. Shirk. Cool. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, those days are over. So now it's more about live streaming, right? So it's just a matter of I think Giant Bomb's doing it pretty good. Because like for us, you and me and everybody else, what do? It's like, oh snap, the conference is starting, is coming up soon, right? So what do? You sit in front of your computer, or you sit in front of your TV with your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, and you watch it. You just sit there with popcorn, like, you watch it. You know, if you're just gonna watch it for yourself. But if you want to actually be a streamer or whatever, you could, watch and stream, right? Do that. You don't have to be like, oh man, I wish I was at E3. Because actually going to E3, going to conventions, unless you're really into stuff that you can't really see without being there, it sucks, because there's a lot of people, it's a lot of walking, it's tiring. Like I used to go, I didn't go to conventions like that. I went to car shows and stuff like that, only because like, oh snap, let's go to the car show, let's go, let's hang out, I want to see some cool little concepts. I like to see cars, because I'm not a car guy like that, but I like pretty cars and shiny cars, and like all the concepts with all the doors open and suicide doors and crazy wheels and stuff. I'm like, that's some cool stuff. Industrial design is awesome. So I like going to those things. And just going in that, even going to those, and they're not even packed. They're just like, oh, there's, you can walk around. It's all, it's open and stuff. I'm like, at the end, we were there for like a couple hours. I'm like, okay, we're probably not even there for maybe an hour. And I'm like, I think I'm done. Now let's get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine me going across country to LA and then be like, okay, and it's all super packed and sweaty and hot, and then you got to wait online to play games. I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do that. I barely have patience downloading the games. They were like, oh, it's out today, on Xbox. So, but speaking of games, I did play Ashen, because that came out, and freaking Below's coming out next week in 7 to 8 days. It's gonna be cool. I think 8 days, or the 4th. Is it the 14th or the 17th? I think it's the 17th. Doesn't matter. But yeah. So Sony not having a presence at E3 or Paris Games Week, I think they didn't do this year, or PSX, which is their own thing, is bad for Sony and good for everyone else, because it gives everyone else more eyes, more hearts and minds, if you will. Even though the hearts and minds thing is a little different than just eyes, because what Microsoft is doing now is they're playing the hearts and minds game, and what Sony is doing is they're playing the we won this generation, we don't care about we're at the top of the hill, we're gonna throw it in neutral, here we go, and they're coasting all the way to the PS5. That's what they're doing, and I'm like, yo, Kaiju says, I don't think it's bad for Sony at all, no one cares. Here's the thing, Kaijudo, this is how I look at it. Like, if you're a boxer, right? You're like, yeah, and you're good, and you're boxing for the title. Boom, you win the title. Boom, I'm the best. What do you do next? You just don't fight anymore? No, because they're gonna be people to come up and like challenge. Yo, champ, let's go. I want a chance at the belt. And then if if that boxer says, nah, I'm not fighting, and he says, nah, I'm not fighting, to everybody that comes around, guess what? The belt gets taken away, given to somebody else. 2 other people are going to fight. Somebody's going to win it. If Sony lays back and says, whatever, we're good, all that does is give room for someone else to come up and take the belt. That's what's happening. I mean, Sony's like, oh, we're not gonna, and especially with the news cycle or whatever you want to call it, the attention span of the internet, it's like, yo, if you're not constantly reminding us of how dope you are, someone else is gonna come around and be like, yo, boom, and everybody else is gonna be like, yo, that's dope now. What, Sony? They ain't say nothing in a while. They ain't say nothing in a minute. Who cares about them? They probably gave up doing games. They put out the PlayStation Classic and it was hot garbage. I don't think they can make consoles anymore. That's exaggerating, but I'm just saying. Kaiju says, yeah, but when the audience gamers are leaving the arena, who are you putting a show on for? Well, I'm not specifically saying E3, but I mean, E3 is the biggest one, let's say, in North America. So that's important. And it's poor planning on their part, because you can say, oh, well, we won. We put out the best game in the generation and we won console sales, so we don't have to try anymore. Basically, we don't have to try. Like all the clips you see on the internet where people are running the race and they see that the finish line is 30 feet away and they're like, yes, I won. And then they fall off their bike and then, second place wins. I mean, this is just the comparisons I can come up with, but as a company as big as Sony, in a position that they're in, they need to be proactively staying on top, because there are hungry players in the game, if you will, that will that will gladly take that from them. They would be like, oh, you guys don't care anymore? Thank you. We'll take that. Thank you. And Microsoft is making moves, like with all the streaming stuff. I'm not sure how that's going to work out yet. I'm like, okay. I mean, Sony tried it, but they don't have the infrastructure like Microsoft does. So, if what Microsoft is talking about with all the streaming stuff, blah, 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 Stream Anywhere, or whatever it's called, xCloud, if it works how they are pitching it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not for me. I'm always gonna be like, give me the console with the horsies in it, so I can be like, blah, 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 blah. I want that. But if they do that and every TV that you buy has Xbox xCloud in it, and you could stream all those games, like, boom, the numbers of people on Xbox Live, boom, shoot up. Oh, they're already at like 60 million, right? So it's like, boom. I'm talking about Xbox Live people, not console sold. And that's another difference. Sony is so stuck on units sold. Oh, this is how many PlayStations we sold, right? But when you sold 80 whatever, but you don't have 80 million PlayStation accounts, it's like 10 million short or something like that. And I'm like, hold up, how's it short? How do you have less PlayStation PSN accounts than you do units? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense that Microsoft has more Xbox Live subscribers than Xbox Ones out there, because there were layovers and people from the old generation, right? So that makes sense, yes. But it doesn't make sense for PS4 to have more, especially with PS3. They're all tied together. PS3, the Vita, PS4, they're all tied together. So they should have like 100 million. I don't know if the number changed, but last time I saw it, it was like 70 something million, I think. Like, if they're bragging that they got 80 something million, how's there a deficit? That doesn't make any sense. Are there people out there who have PS4s and don't have a PSN account? Is that actually a reality? Get out of here. I don't think so. So whatever. That doesn't matter. But the fact that they're kind of just stepping aside and letting everybody else do their thing is, I mean, is it hubris? Probably. They feel like they've won. But have they won? There's still things that are wishy-washy, right? You're like, oh, what about the name change stuff? That's a hot garbage debacle waiting to get worse, And I think they're doing it the way that they're doing it. This is the name change stuff. I talked about this before, but they're doing it this way, and this is the way they've always known how to deal with it. They haven't changed. They just never did. They never put this out there. Right? So they're like, oh, it's hard to do. And what they're doing is a result of them being like, oh, this was our actual first solution, but we couldn't figure out anything. We couldn't actually figure out how to actually fix it. So, yeah, there you go. There's the, so I'm like, that's kind of whack. Let me turn this down a little bit. So yeah, that's I don't know if it's lazy or incompetent. It's kind of like the PS Classic. I'm like, you guys can make hardware. Why is this a hot piece of garbage? And then people are hacking it to make it way better. And I'm like, all they had to do. I've seen so many negative videos about the PS1 Classic, and I'm like, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary bad press, and it's only adding to the negativity that is surrounded with PlayStation in general. So you have the PSN, the PS1 Classic sucks. You gotta get hackers in it to make it worth anything. It's too expensive, so nobody's really gonna buy it anyway. It's probably gonna fail, or not do as well as the Nintendos have. And then you have the name change stuff, which sucks. And then you have that was something else, but I don't remember because But anyway, I think we're done looking at this picture. But I'm like, how do you skip a year? I know they're not skipping a year. They're gonna have an announcement. Oh, there's the PS5. How you doing? Blah, 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 right? But if they announce it too early, if they announce PS5 in 2019 and they come out in 2020, it's got to be early 2020. It's got to be spring 2020. They can't wait. They can't announce it in spring like they did in 2013 and then wait a whole year and a half to put it out. They can't do that. And I think what Microsoft is doing, which is so smart, I think Microsoft is kind of smart right now, because what they're doing is they're doing what they did a little bit with the 360, right? So back in the 360 days, they had the 360. They had the different hard drive sizes. The same thing that Sony did, by the way. They bit, of course, they always bite. So they did the different hard drive sizes, and that distinguished different prices, right? But this time, they're not doing that. What they're doing is they're doing a stream box, which would be the lowest tier. Then the next tier would be the diskless Xbox. I believe it's going to be an 1S guts, but just no disk drive. And then after that will be, well, it's the X and then whatever the Scarlet's going to be. But the stream box is going to be part of the Scarlet line. So the stream box will be Scarlet. I believe the diskless Xbox will be the S, this generation's X. Unless they're messing with some new chipsets to test it out, And the thing about that is they can upgrade the stream box, and they can upgrade the diskless X to the next generation, if you will. So if there's going to be another year or two in this generation, then they have the diskless. I believe the diskless Xbox is the next console that Xbox is putting out, the next new SKU. The streamer box, I think, will be part of the Scarlet. I believe that's how it's gonna work. So actually, I changed that. So the Xbox One S with no disk drive will be next year, 2019, right? So they don't have to announce the Scarlet, whatever the Scarlet's going to be. They don't have to even touch that. All they do is focus on this one without a disc drive, and they say, oh, the prices, and then they keep pushing Game Pass and all this stuff, right? And then Sony does whatever they do, right? If they announce in 2019 first, then, well, Microsoft probably already knows what the PS5 is going to be. I don't know if Sony knows what the new Xbox is going to be, what the Scarlet's going to be. I don't think they do, because they had no idea what the X was going to be. You know, and so that's where it's like it's kind of like corporate espionage kind of happening, which is like kind of interesting. It's kind of evil, but it's interesting because it's like, okay, what's Sony doing? Oh man, they got that. Oh, what's everybody doing? Oh, they got that. You know, it's kind of like you're watching two teams, you know, fight. Like, yo, they got the good quarterback. Oh, but they got a good running back over there. Oh, but they got a good kicker. Be kicking all them field goals, son. So I am curious. Okay, here's the thing. Here's another thing that about Sony and what they're doing, which makes it's very risky what they're doing, because they say, oh, you know, we're not gonna do PSX, we're not gonna do E3, blah blah. So what they're doing is they're gonna do their own, you know, events. Basically, it'll save them money, and then they can control the message and just be focused on them. The problem with that is, if that presentation is whack, kind of like the PlayStation 4 Pro announcement meeting, whatever the hell that was hot garbage. And if they do that again with their new console, they're done, because there's nothing else around to distract people. They have the focus that they wanted. It's cheaper, but they run the risk of, if they mess up, it's hard for them to. You gotta bring it. And look, hey, I'm just saying, if you don't bring it and you mess up, even though if you do it at an E3 setting, it's still the same, but, you know, at least people are talking about other stuff. So they can say, oh yeah, Sony did that, it was dumb, but there's a better story, you know, so the focus is on the cool stuff, right? But if you do it, you know, sans anything else, you're the only thing, all of the media is going to focus on you. And if you mess up, if you screw up, like they have been the past 2.5 years with these presentations. That's like 3 years, actually. It started in 2016. When did the Pro come out? Yeah, 2016. When they announced that, I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. Not excited. Yeah, okay. You know, and then you compare what they did E3. You know, sure, they didn't have any games, but dude, you gotta plan for these things. It's like, yeah, you don't go to a presentation without a presentation. 4 games? Come on, son. That's unprecedented. Now it's unprecedented that they're not going to be at E3. And people are like, oh, they don't need to. Sony's so good. They got it. They don't need to. I'm like, you guys are putting too much credit or faith, I would say, in this entity that is Sony. I'm like, yo, look, Sony's just like any other company. They can mess up. Tables turn. They mess up enough. People are like, yo, y'all crazy. I'm out. You know? Meanwhile, everybody else in the industry is making moves. And it's not like you could say, oh, it's all about the exclusive games. That's important. But that's not what it's all about. It's about presenting. It's about your hardware. It's about your services, features, hearts and minds. You know, you go blow for blow. Game Pass versus PS Now. Game Pass wins. Just this week, they released like 3 games. Next week, another 3. And these are like exclusives coming out for Game Pass and Steam. I think Ashen was... No, Epic Store. Because Epic's trying to get in it with their store. And I'm like, okay, Epic's come, okay. And maybe Epic and Microsoft will do a deal. Epic will have. I mean, that's not. It's a conflict of interest a little bit because Microsoft's trying to get their store right. So, but if they do these deals where it's like, okay, we're on Game Pass, and see the thing that's cool that Microsoft's doing is that they're pushing Game Pass more than their store. The store is where you can buy stuff, but Game Pass is where, you know, you get that subscription. I mean, they get the subscription money basically, and you get to play the games. If you buy the games, you get a discount, but you're going to buy the games at the store. So they don't have to rely on the store to push the games. It's more about Game Pass pushing the games because you get that discount, son. So I'm like, that's crazy smart. How do you think Steam got so big? Because they were getting all these deals with these games. Oh, yo, this game is mad cheap. Let me scoop it up. Oh, look at all these indie games. Let me scoop up this Humble Bundle real quick. You know? Winter of Arcade is happening right now. They brought it back. It's not Summer of Arcade. It's Winter of Arcade. Now, will they do Summer of Arcade as well? Maybe. If they have enough games, I don't see why not. Maybe they'll do, if they have Fall of Arcade. No, that's kind of crazy. That's ridiculous. They're not gonna have it. But I'm just, it's a lot of stuff that's moving around. And Microsoft is making moves. Sony's not making any moves that we know of. I'm sure they're building a PS5, but I don't think the fact that they messed up the name change stuff is an indication, and the PS1 Classic is an indication that they're not doing their due diligence as far as what they need to do to be a better number one competing company in video games in 2019. Let's say that. Because I mean, if Microsoft comes out with this, I think it was the streaming box that was the it was the stream box or the next Xbox that they're releasing in 2019, where it's like, I forgot what they called it, but it's like, oh, you get this box, and you get 2 years of Xbox Live plus Game Pass, 2 years of Game Pass plus the console, and it's one price, you know. And it's not that leasing thing where you pay $35 a month or whatever. It's not that. It's just, here's one price, and it's a cheaper console, right? So they can offer, like, say they can make the money on the console. Although I don't know if that would, but anyway, they can make the money on the console, right? And throw in those subscriptions, and like say lose that whatever it is, 100 and for 2 years, 120 plus 240, 360 bucks, right? They can eat that cost. I mean, it's not like they're losing money off of a physical product. It's subscription, it's bandwidth. So what they're doing is they're offering free services, quote unquote free services. You buy the console, you get these things, you get these for free 2 years. But doing that, people buy games and they buy content when they're on Game Pass. Like, I'm gonna buy the whatever it's called, expansion for Forza Horizon 4, because I like Forza Horizon 4. It's dope. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy that because it's fun and it's more Forza 4. Crazy. I'm waiting for Hot Wheels 2 to come out though. But yeah, so that's super smart. Sony on PlayStation have nothing like that. They don't have a Game Pass. They don't have a subscription bundle type of thing where you can be like, oh, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4 and I get PSN for 2 years and PlayStation Now for 2 years, and it's just one conveniently not too high price. Like, say if it's $199 for the discless Xbox, right? That's coming out next year. You get the 2 years of Game Pass, 2 years of Xbox Live for $299. Come on, son. That's crazy. That's a good price. And that's a good price. Walmart has also Xiaomi Boss Ad for streaming Google Assistant for $40. Dude, that's on. It's a DC date. So 4K streamer box. That's not bad, huh? Nah, I'm good. But anyway, so it's not. I know Sony emphasizes a console sale, and the reason I think the reason why Microsoft Well, one of the reasons why Microsoft veered away from that is because they weren't winning, so their number was smaller. But in actuality and reality, there's other things that are bigger than just that one metric. That one metric of, oh, this is how many consoles we sold. You know, when the attach rate is, when you only have, say, 45 million Xbox Ones. I don't know what the number is. Probably closer to 50 maybe. So let's say 45 million, right? Xbox Ones. And you have 60 million Xbox Live subscribers. That's what you want to see. You want to see more people subscribe to your yearly pay thing than it is just a one-time purchase. You know, that's the same argument of the free to play games, not free to play, but the games as a service, right? Or it's more like World of Warcraft. You know, some people are still paying $15 a month for World of Warcraft. In 2018, that's what they're doing. And I'm like, and guess what? Blizzard's making that money. Not because they're selling World of Warcraft, you know, expansions, which they are doing that too, but they're making their money on that monthly subscription, that monthly bing bang. And when you look at it, I mean, business-wise, you're like, would you rather get $5 a month or just $50 for the year? I'm like, wait a second, $5 a month? It's not as much as $50 a year. But, actually, it's more. So that's a good one. So, yeah. It's like when you win the lottery, you want the lump sum or you want to get paid, monthly or whatever. I mean, most people go lump sum because they might get hit by a bus tomorrow or something. That's the mentality. I think. Let's see. If you take it monthly payments for the rest of your life or however until it's paid off, then are the taxes less or the same? I don't even know. I never did the math on that. I don't want to do the math on that. Who cares? But yeah, I'm just like, okay, look. Sony's skipping out on a lot of good news or things that they can do to be. It's almost like here's another problem. Here's another problem with why Sony shouldn't skip E3. They are literally turning their heads away from indie developers, third party partners, all this stuff, right? Because remember when 2013, we got the indies and they have all the indie developers on the stage like, hey, look, we're playing there. Remember that? Yeah. 2019, you know what they said? They said, you know what? Screw you guys. Screw all you indie guys. Screw all you third parties. All right? We're leaving. We're taking our ball with us. They don't care about anybody no more. If they cared about gaming and all that stuff, they would be like, all right, look, we don't have anything, but we want to showcase our partners, our indie partners, our third-party partners. But guess what? A lot of third-party partners are shining on the X now. So you can't be like, oh, we want to showcase. You know how they do that? They pay them. You know what they can't do anymore? They can't pay them because they're running out of money because they paid all this money for these marketing deals for Red Dead and such. And the narrative behind Red Dead is, plays best on the X. You go to YouTube, all Xbox, all day. Some people are playing on PlayStation because they don't want to buy an X or they can't afford to buy an X. Some people go out and buy an X because they want to play the best version. So when they lost the hardware strength power narrative war, everything shifted. This has been 1 year since the X has been out. 1 year. Without their exclusives, without the PlayStation's exclusives, they got nothing. And the proof that they got nothing is that they're not at E3. They're not there. So I'm like, it kind of sucks. It sucks because I'm disappointed because I'm like, yo, y'all are winning, quote unquote winning. Why don't you act like champions? Why don't you do what winners do and keep winning? Why don't y'all stay on top on top of the game, literally the game industry and the game. You know, they're not doing that. I'm like, what? Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't seem like Sony wants to be. It doesn't seem like they're playing nice with anybody. They don't care. And people are still on there. They're like, oh, they don't care. So, yeah, they're cool. It's like, well, yeah, okay. I mean, sure. But, okay, I could take this down because I'm tired of looking at this PlayStation. Look at that. Look at that controller. Ew. That's not a good. And that's supposed to be an actual screen this time. Excuse me. Another thing, I'll talk about the Infinity Endgame, Infinity War Endgame, Avengers Endgame, excuse me, in a few. But the other thing that Microsoft is doing with the streaming stuff is that I believe they're making a phone controller. It's a split controller where you put your phone in the middle. And I was looking at that. I was like, Now, if this controller is just like a regular Xbox One controller, except you can put it apart and put your phone in, that's kind of just as good as what the PlayStation's trying to do, except you get a big ass screen, depending on how big your screen is or how big a screen you want to put in. Like, for instance, I think this is like a 5-inch screen or something like this. It's an old phone. My wife had this phone and she got a new phone, so I take the leave-ins. It's not my phone. My phone's here. My phone. But so imagine this in. So anybody's controller. Imagine it like that. Okay, but like that, but like separated. You know, imagine that. That might be crazy nice. Oh, I forgot to fix the focus on there. Sorry. That might be crazy nice. As far as functionality, like the Dreamcast used to be. Except, you know, if you're playing a football game, I don't play football. But I mean, you know, rearview mirror now, you get to look down. But I mean, maps, you could do like the map on there. Like, oh, look at the map. Oh. There's certain things you can do. That'd be kind of cool. It would be like it would be a gimmick, kind of like VR, not like VR, but it's a gimmick, which could be helpful, useful, add to the immersion experience. Yeah, I mean, I think it could work, especially with like the adaptive controller, how that works. And like, why with a regular controller, they could have a input. I mean, they already have that on the bottom of these controllers. You know, it's like a mini. I think that's a mini. Focus. Not gonna focus. It's a mini HDMI, I believe. It's not a focus. Oh, right there. So I think, yeah, it looks like a mini HDMI or similar. And they haven't used it for any video stuff, but I think it's possible to have do a little I guess it would be a Bluetooth. Yeah, do a Bluetooth connected control. I mean, controls are Bluetooth already, not that one, but the new ones. So do Bluetooth controller connected to the phone, and you could just use any phone. It doesn't have to be connected to anything. Just a phone, a phone without a SIM, whatever, as long as the Bluetooth works, right? I think that's that. Yeah, yeah, that'd be dope. I mean, so many people have so many extra phones. Just slap one in there, boom. And I guess they could sell one, like just a little screen tablet thing, which would be kind of, or they could sell an Xbox, a mini, like a, you know, this size, a phone-sized Xbox applet, where it has the Xbox app on it. Or, no, that would still be streaming. But that's the phones. How could they do that? No, it'd just be like, hey, go get a cheap ass phone and just slap it in there. Boom, you got an Xbox. I don't know, man. It seems like pie in the sky. It seems like too good to be true. Like, it seems like a good idea. What's gonna make it not work right? You know? So, whatever. Who knows? Anyway, moving on. So I watched The Avengers. The Avengers. Boy, oh boy. Who is this? Da, da, da. So I watched the Avengers with the Endgame trailer a couple of times. And Avengers dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I watched the Avengers trailer and I liked it a lot. I was like, a lot of let's talk about Sony first. Look, I'm not trying to hate on Sony all the time, but they just happen to be one of the not best trailer makers. Let's just say that. So Venom, right when Venom was coming out, I'm like, oh, Venom, yeah. They showed so much of Venom that I'm like, I don't think that they. I mean, I know they're trying to sell the movie, but I still haven't seen it. I heard it wasn't that bad. Or it was okay. I don't know. But the Avengers trailer came out, right? And I looked at it. And I was watching it. And I was like, wow. That's how you do a teaser without spoiling any story elements. Like, what story? Okay, the only story element they spoiled, kind of, was the Ant-Man thing. But it's weird because people dissecting the trailer and it says on the footage of the when Captain America's looking at the screen, Ant-Man is like, that's the front door. So what's Scarlet Witch says? I mean Scarlet Witch. Black Widow's like, that's the front door. And you look at there's a year on this. It's 1983 or something like that. I was like, So it's weird. It's weird, and I'm like, okay, so are they gonna do time travel? Are they gonna do multi-dimensional stuff? What are they gonna do? What's going on? What's going on? So I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do know is that I was getting the feels. I was like, oh shoot. Especially how it started with Iron Man about to run out of air. I ran out of food, water 4 days ago. Run out of air tomorrow morning. Oxygen. Did he say oxygen or air? I don't remember. I think he said air. Tomorrow morning. I think he said oxygen, actually. Tomorrow morning. And then, I mean, of course, I could probably play the video now, but I don't want to play it. I can play it. But I was like, oh my gosh. It felt like, you know how Infinity War was like a good movie and the trailers didn't really convey the goodness. It didn't give you like oh man, I feel like, oh man, I wonder I want to see that. I'm hyped. Infinity War didn't really do it for me because I saw the commercials. I was like, okay, yeah, it'll probably be good. Yeah, okay. And it was better because the trailers it didn't really spoil anything. And it was just like, yeah, Thanos, yeah, he's the bad guy, okay. But Thanos is the protagonist. And that's the whole thing about that movie that kind of flipped it and made it dope. It's like, oh, snap. Thanos is the protagonist. Okay, I gotta fix this. I'm sorry. Lock that. Unlock that. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this. Do this. There you go. Yeah, do this. Yeah. There you go. That's better. So now I got the colors. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. So the trailer made me feel like, oh, okay. So the first movie was like the setup. Now it's like, oh man, what's gonna happen now? What Thanos gonna do, yo? What Cap and I keep saying Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, what they gonna do? What's Ant-Man gonna do? What is the actual team gonna be? Is Nebula gonna be part of that team? And who else is there? There's Cap, Thor, Hulk, Ronan, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Tony, Iron Man, and that's it, right? I think that's it. The original team. Maybe they'll well, if they do the multi-dimensional stuff, then possibly Miles Morales, maybe, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but I don't know how that's gonna work with Far From Home stuff, you know, unless Peter Parker gets shot to Miles's dimension and Miles gets shot over here. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense, because then that would mean half the population of Miles's universe would have to go to. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But does that work? Does the snap work multi-dimensionally? That's another question. No, it shouldn't, right? Because the multi-dimensionality is reliant on timelines. So if the timeline changes, then a new dimension is created. I don't know. See, this whole time travel, multi-dimensional, it's just whatever. It's not my field. But I was feeling that trailer. And one thing, I was watching the new Rockstars, their YouTube channel people, and they got something wrong, I believe. And they said, "Oh, Alan Silvestri's music was crazy nice." And I was like, "That's probably not Alan Silvestri, because for these trailers, the composers never do the trailer music. Even in the Force Awakens stuff, where they had the actual, it was the Han and Leia romance theme. No, I'm sorry, that's wait, is that? Yeah, that is it. That is they had that. It was slowed down. It was like it's all dramatic. I was like, oh snap, that's dope. That wasn't John Williams. That was just another composer doing a different version of the actual song. So yeah, Alan Silvestri. I mean, the actual composers of the features usually don't do the trailer music. They have trailer houses that do that stuff, do the actual music. So that's where I was like, hold up, these guys are freaking super nerds and they're on YouTube making videos about movies and stuff. How can they get this wrong? Even I know. I mean, yes, this is going up on YouTube, but I'm not big. I got like 2 people watching. And that's fine, because 2 is better than 0. They're talking about football and chat. I can't do it. So yeah, that annoyed me a little bit. I was like, come on, guys. I like you guys. But another thing about about that show, New Rockstars, the audio is so bad in that show. I mean, my audio is probably pretty bad today because I changed stuff. But the audio on the New Rockstars is so bad. I was like, what the hell? What the hell is this right here? It was so... It's bad, and it's bad because they have the mics, right? And they're like, but they're not talking to the mics all the time. They're like, oh, and then they'll start talking low and stuff. It's almost like they don't have any compressors or anything on it. I'm like, yo, man, you better put some plugins on that, or something. Put some headphones so y'all can hear what's going on, because and that's funny because I'm saying that, and I'm probably doing the same thing that they're doing. But I tried to I can't hear through my headphones now because the way I have set it up. But anyway, yeah, it does. Nope, I was mad. That's another thing. But I watch it still because it's entertaining, kind of. Kind of not. It's a long show. It's basically a podcast with 4 people looking at the camera, basically, and they have a TV in the back. Speaking of TVs in the back, I'm gonna have a TV back there. I used to have a big TV here, but I took it down and so I can put more monitors this way. Because I'm a monitor freak. I'm a monitor fiend. Yeah, give me that monitor, baby. So anyway, I'm going to put it back there. I have to figure out a lighting solution because it was my TV that blew out. The black light blew out, but the screen still works. So I'm trying to figure out a lighting solution. So if I could figure out a low profile lighting solution, put that in there, and then I'm going to reconfigure it so it'd be flat. I can just hang the TV on the wall. I already built a frame for it, basically. I just need to adjust it. And once I do that, then I'll paint it white, and then it'll be good. I'll put that up there, and I'll have it's like a logo or something playing back there, or maybe a design, or I don't know. It's not that big a TV. My head will probably block the whole thing, so whatever. We'll figure it out. I will figure it out. There's no we. It's just me. I will. We'll figure it out. This Bridget's here, too. Not today, though. But maybe one day she'll be here. She'll be like, I'm back. I have to find her microphone. I don't know what happened to it. It's somewhere in our stuff. In the garage. We'll find it. Anyway. But yeah, that trailer was dope. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Also, what else is also? Bumblebee's coming out soon. Let me tell you about Ashen. I played Ashen for about an hour. Because I was like, let me just play this real quick. I was just going to play for half an hour because it was like 2:30. I was like, I think I need to go to sleep. I ended up playing for like an hour. It is a Dark Souls type of game. Except I didn't like Dark Souls as much because this game I like the art style better. People are calling it the poor man's Dark Souls. I guess. I didn't get too deep into Dark Souls, so I couldn't say whether it is or not. But I like the no faces. So good. Yeah. I mean, the animation priority is the Dark Souls thing. So I just have to GG. I have to get good at blocking and evading. Press the B button. There are some not cheap deaths, but I fell in the water and died. I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those games. And then the other dude jumped in the water and he was swimming. I was like, how come I can't swim? Do I have to press jump or something? Or I don't understand how. I got in the water, started dying immediately. I was like, yeah. So I mean, I guess there's certain things like Dark Souls where you have to discover how to do stuff. So I'll figure that out. But I got my first settlement camp set up. Right now my camp is being built up, I guess. So I guess there's an achievement for building up all the structures in a camp / I guess camp. Because you have this one dude that's like not the leader. He's like a dude with one arm, and I guess he's sick, so his arms are falling. I don't understand things about this game. But it's the light, and Ashen is the bird of light or something. And yeah, it's weird. But it's just like, oh, here, go to this place on the map and do this thing. I was like, okay. And then go in there and do it. That's all I'm doing right now. There's a lot of story there. I just don't know what it is. The dude was telling it to me. He's like, and then the rubber, and I was like, oh, okay. I was half asleep. I'm like, oh, okay. What? Can I play now? Okay. And I ran. And I killed one of those bunny things. It's like a cross between the Easter Bunny and a jackalope or something. And I killed it, and I got a little fruit nugget, whatever they call it. It looks like a coconut with a big giant white seed in the middle. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. I feel like I blew out a really big booger right there. Nope, it's clear. I think it's clear. Yeah, it's clear. And the key to that is to not get hit, and to have a whole bunch of food and healing, because you could just crunch on that, right? And then you'd be like, da, 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 heal yourself up. So I'm gonna play some of that tonight, because that was kind of a cool game. I want to get into like a nice game. Like Forza is just like, yo, let's go play and have fun. Sign Zoom, let me drive fast, do these little missions or objectives or something, whatever. That's why I want to get that expansion, get that. So Forza is like on the regular rotation. Basically, I'll jump in there, see what's up. I've missed I think I've missed the past 2 seasons on it, 2 weeks, if you will. I haven't played any of it, so it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because I like it, and there's a reason to keep going back each week, which is kind of smart of them. But yeah, I wish Sea of Thieves had something like that. Like each week, it would have something that was kind of just like circumnavigate the map and get 10 doubloons or something, or 100 doubloons would be nice. I was like, oh hell yeah, circumnavigate the map. And maybe there's like a little checkpoint, like buoys out there, like check buoys, I guess. So you have to circle the buoys all the way around once you get to the finish line, quote unquote finish line or destination. Then you get 100 doubloons. I'll be like, that'd be dope. But they kind of have something like that where it's like the missions where you have to the cargo stuff. Yeah, that's kind of similar. But I did one cargo run, and the problem was I didn't have a rowboat, right? So when I went to do the cargo run, I didn't have a rowboat, so I had to jump. I had the cargo was fancy, expensive fabrics and stuff, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So I picked it up, and I didn't have a boat, so I had to jump in the water to get into my boat, and they got messed up. So I was like, thanks, Obama. That's what I said. No, I was like, oh man. So I didn't get as much gold. I think it was good. Yeah, I didn't get as much gold on that one. So I was like, but I kind of liked it. So I was like, okay, that works. But yeah, give us the buoy challenges. Like, yo, just go from here all the way around. Boom, you get the blooms or whatever. And if they do that and just have it there all the time, or like have it switch like to certain distant starting points and destinations, that'd be dope. It's something easy to do, and anybody could do it at any time. And of course, the dynamic weather and all that stuff would be a factor. So it's like, oh man, I gotta go through the storm. Maybe I should just wait it out, or So there's always a chance of a skeleton crew rolling up on you, or some fog coming in and stuff. So yeah, that would be cool. More races, more stuff that don't include being a pirate and stealing. I think that's what Sea of Thieves is missing. That the whole buoy. David Bowie, the Bowie race. I hope Joe Neat's watching. Is his name Joe Neat, right? I'm Joe Neat, executive producer of Sea of Thieves. I think I missed this week's update because they're always updating every week. Oh, video updates. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Don't mind that shelf in the back there. It's an IKEA shelf, and I don't know where to put it. I mean, I can put it right here, but I don't want to. I kind of like this open right here. This is kind of cool. I think I'm gonna put a big ass. I don't think I'm gonna do that. The reason why I took the screen down is because I was tired of looking up. So I said I'm gonna not do this anymore. So I changed it. Billy OK says, "Congrats on the Cowboys. Congrats to the Cowboys on winning the WhoCares.com Bowl." I don't care that much about football anymore. Can you hear me? I am Kermit the Frog. I'm sorry. I need to stress you. So, also, I'm in the process of building a sound dampening cover for my AC so that I can have AC. Luckily, it's winter time in Florida, so it's not as hot. But something I need to do. So I started and didn't finish. But anyway, video games. Unlike the other shows, usually on All Games, where they go through each category and they talk about each game. I'm not doing that. As far as the Game Awards go, the main thing was God of War. The second main thing was Forza Horizon 4 won Best Racing Sports / Racing Game. Everything else, who cares? I think God of War won Best Action Game too. And then Red Dead won Best Voice Actor and Best Direction, I believe. Excuse me. Which is kind of a slap in the face to God of War. I'm going to go back to the God of War discussion. Because the reason why God of War was so good was because of the voice acting and the direction. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize that, but the design / direction of the game changed to be more cinematic. That was Corey. That was Corey B all the way. The director. And the voice acting was dope because of Christopher Judge and the little kid, whatever. Boy. Open it, boy. He has such a deep voice. So I'm like, okay, Red Dead 1, best voice actor and best director. But God of War won Game of the Year. But the reason why God of War is so good is because of the voice acting and direction. So I'm like, hold up. How's that work? You know? How is it that the Game of the Year doesn't win the categories in which it actually makes sense? Because this is why this is Game of the Year, because of the voice acting and the direction. That's where I'm like, wait a second. I think what happened was they realized how good Red Dead was, right? And they said, man, we can't ignore God of War. What they could have done is given Red Dead Game of the Year and best director, best voice actor, and then given God of War best action adventure game. That would have done it. That would have been it. But when it's Game of the Year, it should have won best voice actor, because you need to win everything to be Game of the Year, but because the reason why those games are better than those other God of War games specifically is because the direction changed and the voice acting was way better. Just saying. So, you know, so it's like, it's almost like the Game Awards is like a fan, it's just a fan service, really. The best parts of the Game Awards is not really the awards. It's more about the kind of the announcements and trailers and stuff, if there are any. So you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Game Awards. I want to check my sound real quick because I haven't done it in a minute. The kind of the announcements and trailers and stuff. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. I'll say it. That sounds good right there. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So I don't know. Next year is going to be very interesting because Microsoft is still making moves. Microsoft isn't resting on their laurels. They're making giant moves to take over. And if Sony does what Sony do, right, they're going to try to just come out with... I don't see how Sony can beat Microsoft starting from zero, like next gen, unless, like I said, PlayStation 5 is 100,000% backwards compatible, which goes against what Sony usually was. But let's assume that it is, right? I mean, we shouldn't, because they have not done that since the PS3, and that was ill-advised. They didn't even try it with the PS4. There is some, but not a lot. It's all for sale, basically. It's not like, oh, you have this game, put it in your... No, you have to buy it again. So the backwards compatibility works if you rebuy the game. You know, the old game code works on the PS4, but you can't play your old discs on it. And that's where the PS4 fails. And if that's the same case with the PS5, that's not backwards compatibility. They're going to fail again. They're going to lose out. But I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to do PS5 and like, here's the 4K version of God of War. They're going to do a super remastered version of God of War in true 4K, 60 frames per second. And people are going to buy it. And it's ridiculous when it's just really an update. Now, if they sell the update for like $10, like, yo, here's the 4K update, $10 if you already have God of War. That's different. It's not as good as just backwards compatibility. You know, boom, automatically resin up because of the power of the Xbox One X. That's weird. I mean, people don't talk about it. The Xbox, the X upscales most games that are backwards compatible to 4K or a little bit lesser, depending on the original resolution. If it was 720p, well, if it was 1080p, it's 4K, period. If it's 720p, it's, I don't remember. I think they can do 4K with that too, but if it's below that, then it's a different I think they can do 9 times resolution, I believe. So 720 can do it like 1080 is 4 times, right? 720 is 8 times, so they can do 720 up to 4K. But I think anything less, like a lot of the Halo games on the Xbox 360 were like 5 something, whatever the weird resolution. So those wouldn't be native 4K, but they would be close, whatever 1800 or whatever. So I'm like, that's cool. So, but is the PlayStation 5 gonna do that though? I mean, based on their record, no. They're either gonna sell you an update, or they're gonna resell the game to make that money. So, I mean, this is what I keep saying about. Okay, this is what Sony is. This is what Sony's doing now. The only reason why Sony would change is if they see everybody is. See, that's hard to say because they haven't really changed on the crossplay stuff. They said, oh yeah, we're doing crossplay beta, the beta for Fortnite. How long is this beta gonna be? Forever, because they're never gonna do it for real. They're never going 1.0. They're never doing crossplay on it like anything else because they don't want to do it, and they're only buckling to the pressure of the peoples. And then they just put this little thing out. Oh yeah, it works now. Kinda, and then people shut up about it until another game comes out, and they're not doing crossplay, and then there's like, it's still hot garbage. It's still the same old Sony. I mean, y'all can think they're doing some stuff, but they're not really. They're doing the bare minimum, and it shows in the PS1 Classic, in their name change debacle thing, in the and whatever else I just. So I'm like, man, I would hate to be a Sony fan right now. I would feel like when in 2000, when the Dreamcast was on its last legs, and the announcement that, oh yeah, Dreamcast is done. I'm like, oh, disappointment. It feels. I mean, I'm not saying the PlayStation is done, no, but I'm just saying Sony is not making the moves to make a person confident in what they're doing. Who's excited for what Sony's doing? I mean, they have a few games that are coming out that could be cool. Past that, are they building a great infrastructure for, let's say, the PS Now that they already have established? Are they making that better? Are they investing in servers and server farms? They showed footage of the I didn't realize how huge those Microsoft server farms are. Dude, it's like, that's a lot of servers. And I'm like, well, okay, you know what? I am very naive when it comes to this stuff, because that is like a giant machine of a building with all kind of coolings, and oh man, I'm like, imagine getting lost in there. Woo, man. But I'm just saying, is Sony doing what they need to do to assure that they can remain on top? I'm not sure they are. And I'm not sure that, like, taking a year off or whatever, or coming out like, yo, guess what, the PS5, boom. I don't know if that's enough. Because guess what? Xbox is going to do the same thing. Guess what? Nintendo's going to have a new console too. So if all you have is a new console announcement and you're just going to be quiet, you're going to try to play like Rockstar, you're going to try to play like GTA, and be like, let's be quiet for 5 years, and then we're going to come out like, boom. The difference is Rockstar has a reputation of putting out quality games, quality product. Sony right now is getting a reputation of, we don't care. Hubris. We're not listening. We don't care. We're on top, number one. We got the most consoles. So guess what? This is what we want to do. Y'all gotta suck it up. That's what it. If Sony was a no nonsense, no non-PC, get to the point type of dude or lady, that's what they would be saying. Like, look, we're number one. We in the lead. Y'all can just shut the hell up, because we're going to do what we're going to do. All right? That's it. Shut up. We're done talking here. We're Sony. Bye. It's like okay. And then some people are like, Stockholm Syndrome, like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. And then some people are like, see you later. Peeling out, Going to get that X. Play some Red Dead. Just saying. I'm so glad I got an X. I'm so glad. Even though I paid top dollar for it. And I told Bridget, I said, look, I have patience. please wait until it goes on sale. And she didn't. She didn't wait. I was like, could have saved $100. But you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind. That's an extra, you know what, day of work for me. So actually, it's just a little less than a day. Yeah, it's less than a day. It's a half a day. Anyway. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting 2019, definitely. But I think there'll still be. I mean, you know, what to look forward to on the Sony side, the games that they announced. You know, I'm not sure if Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think that game's gonna be that great. Cause I was looking at it, I was like, okay, that looks, right, yeah. I mean, kind of looks cool. I mean, cause like I used to be a graphics whore. I'm not a graphics whore anymore. So flashy graphics aren't going to interest me or not gonna wow me like they used to. So I'm like, okay, it looks good, yeah. So yeah, but what else is there? And what else you got? I think art style is more important than fidelity. And that's where you look at PUBG versus Fortnite. Fortnite has a better art style. PUBG has higher fidelity. Fortnite's more appealing because it's aesthetically more pleasing than PUBG. Because PUBG might have a higher pixel count or whatever, or crisper textures, but it's ugly design. So that's where I'm like, okay, the design of Ghost of Tsushima is it's not, it's okay. It's not. It's like a lot of games that are coming out, like Death Stranding. I think looks better than Ghost of Tsushima, right? I think that Days Gone looks better than Ghost of Tsushima. What's the other one? Days Gone, Death Stranding, Ghosts, and Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 Ghost is the worst looking PlayStation exclusive coming out in recent years. It's the worst, and it's the latest one that they announced. And it's not because the graphics are bad, it's because the art design isn't that great. And that's subjective, I understand. I mean, it's subjective. But still, you know, a lot of the things that allure that draw people into these games, specifically PS4 exclusives, are the graphics, is the art style. Like God of War had excellent both art style, the fidelity, yeah, the graphics, they were great. Plus the story was good. Plus the direction was awesome. Plus the voice acting, it was good everywhere, right? Ghosts, I don't know. It just looks. I mean, you can say, oh, it's a infamous reskin, just in feudal Japan, samurais, a lot of red leaves falling down. Look at the light shining through the leaves. Like, I mean, sure, there's some technical stuff happening there, and that's cool, but that's just like, you know, window dressing. You know, what's it to meet? How's the story? How's the voice acting? What you got, son? You know, is it gonna be on the same level of God of War? I will say probably not. And that's the dilemma again. Like I said, the main dilemma Sony faces is that they put out the game of the generation in 2018. They still got 2 years left and 4 games. 4 games. I don't think all 4 are gonna be PS4 games, but well, probably they'll be. But there'll be some cross. I guess there'll be cross generation games. Yeah, I would assume so. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I got nothing else. Yeah, I'm ending it. I'm a little tired. I'm on a good blaze. I want to play some Ashen. I wish Below was out, but I'll play Ashen instead. Anyway, appreciate you hanging out. Allgames.com/live is where you need to go. I always forget to say that in the beginning. Allgames.com/live. Anyway, I gotta go. You go there, hit the Discord. You could be in Discord. Boom. It's a big old box. It's gray and stuff. You hit that, you go in and you say, hey, I want to be with everybody's cool. And then they say, get out, you loser. No, they won't say that. They might say, Pace might say that. Just kidding. Pace. Yeah, there's mad shows on allgames.com. During the week, Friday is Pop Valley Gamer. Thursday is Dead Pixel Live. Wednesday is... What is Wednesday? Tuesday is the B Team. Monday is Fantastic Forum, I believe. Sunday is R9Cast. That's me. That's me. That's we. That's us. Rocking without the glasses, yo. I don't need them glasses. Besides, they put a super blur. A glare. It's like you see my monitors. It's like you can see all the stuff I'm looking at. But yeah. So yeah, do that. Allgames.com during the week. Fantastic Forum's a good show because comic books, and they're funny, guys. And Lawrence is funny, and Mo is crazy, and is Joe even on there anymore? I mean, Jay, not Joe, Jay. Oscar. Oh, forget about Zombie Cast. That's on Tuesdays. Wednesdays. Tuesday, Monday. Zombie Cast is Monday. That's right. I think it's during the week. Just come back every week at like 7, except on Fridays. Come at 6:30, I think, or 6 or 6:30. Pop Valley Gamer starts, but I forget things, and time is. I'll try to forget the time because it's just the time. Time is on my side. Yeah, that song. I don't know the song. Also, I don't know what the also is. Oh, also, I keep talking about it. Oh man, I'm gonna do it. I am gonna start doing beat streams during the week. I just have to be disciplined and not have anything else to do. I usually have something else to do. So I'm gonna start doing that. I have it set up so it works now, but I'm trying to kind of reorganize my studio here so that it's better, more conducive to comfortable creation. That's a lot of C's, but I'm trying to do that. But I got it working. So wait, let me see if it's on. I could probably boot up you heard that? There we go. It didn't crash this time. Actually, I think I need a new. Did you hear that? Yeah, you did. Let me pull up some tracks. Bing. So where is it? Smooth thing. So this is a new track. It's a new track I've been working on for the Galactic View. And basically it's like when you're looking at the map to figure out what planet you want to go to. So that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yo, let me see what I can see, yo. I'ma just blow the spots where I go. I'ma go to this planet so I can flow. I can blow up stuff and spots and knots and what's. Everybody wanted these duds cause I am a smooth pimp and I don't mess with sluts. Sorry, I'm trying to practice on my freestyling, but it's not really that good, not really that hood. I'm a just guy with a fly with it. Everybody wanna just whine your body, nah. Let me see, let me fly, let me go free, let me fall, let me go really, really far. Let me see, let's break it down, y'all. Every time when I see, every time when I be, every time when yeah, what you wanna do, bop, have a doom down, bone, give it doom, duck. Everybody wanna bone, give it doom, buck. See me tune, time a tune, tip it doom, what, wait. Can't see, I can see better now. I can see better how. One of them ching in the mouth. Like you in a cow. Nah. Basically. Yeah. Yo. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. I guess this works for just a galaxy view. A little map screen. It's kind of jolly. It reminded me, I kind of harken back to like the Nintendo eStore music and stuff like that. I think it was eStore or something. But it's cooler because it's more jazzy. Not as, well, some of that stuff is jazzy too, but this is a little bit dirty because of the drums. And bing bong, bing bong. And it loops. The loop is a little rough. Oh, it's loud because it's coming out of here. Hold on. I'm such a dummy. Alright, but anyway. Turn that down a little bit. Can I hear it here? Let me see. Nope. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah, it's like a cool little song for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I've been, since it works now, then I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna do my streams and make the music. The only thing I don't have is a capture card for my computer that I'm doing the music on to, so that everybody can see what I'm doing. So I'm not sure I'm not sure exactly how I want to handle that right now. Maybe I'll just do a camera on my whole thing so you can see me playing the keyboard and doing all that stuff. I don't know. And do like a little animated GIF in the background, like, you know how like those 24-hour music, like lo-fi hip-hop, and you see just like a little anime lady, little anime chick, she's like writing some stuff in a book, and it's like it's a looped GIF, so and she turned the page. I was like, oh, that's clever. It's like 5 hours of music, but it's like a 15-second loop. So it's kind of cool. So maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Kaijudo. Appreciate. Where else? Oh. Hecht. Billy, okay. MXT. Tiger Claw. Sub Z. I saw you in there before, boy. Shadow Next Gen. GK128. Said Tiger Claw already. Pace. Pace is the place with the help for hardware, folks. Billy Ock. All you people. Derek H. I see you. I see you, Derek H. I see you. Yeah. All you people. All you people. What do you mean by you people? You people. Alright, all games. Tilt to wait. And, wait. Oh, no, I did something wrong. That's okay. And, yeah. Oh, I want to try something. I have an ID. That's not gonna work. Bad ID. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I was gonna try green. I was gonna try green screen thing, but it doesn't work with the light because it's not strong enough. It might work a little bit, but not really. But anyway. Alright, y'all. I'm out like a scout on a new route. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Catch y'all hopefully this week, during the week. If not, I'm going to start in January because I got like mad days off, yo. I put in for it. I was like, yo, give me these days right here. And he's like, okay. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to take an extra week on top of what I took already. I got to check, make sure I'm not taking too many days, but I had mad days. I'm like, how I get all these days? It's like, shoot, well, I guess I got to take them. You ain't got to twist. Yeah, twist my arm. I stay home all day. If I won the lotto, I'd be so fat and slobbly. Nah, that's not true. I'd probably work out and stuff. Like, this is my job. I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out now. Why I talk like that? When you work out, you talk like Sylvester Stallone. I'm going to work out with those guys. I'm going to work out, you guys. Sure. There's some people that talk out of the side of their mouth. Talk out of the side of their mouth like, how you doing? Or does Cher do that? Cher? Well, I mean, she's had so much stretching and pulling, so it might be different now, but I don't. I have a very big mouth. Put all the food in there. Right there. Gulp, gulp, yummy, yum. Speaking of food, I have a sandwich. I mean, I had 2 slices of pizza. Before I had that, I had cornbread and some ham. So I had cornbread, ham, 2 slices of pizza, and now I'm going to eat a sandwich again. I'm eating too much food. I think I should just have some bagel bites in. I don't want that. I want ice cream. I want some like ice cream sandwich. Yeah, I just want an ice cream sandwich. That's what I want right now. I don't think there's ice cream sandwiches. Maybe I'll just have water. See, so you go from sandwich, ice cream sandwich, water. I mean, that's far away, but you know, sometimes you gotta do it. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out. I gotta go now. Tilt away.